Hit. Hit. Okay? You guys understand? That's what you're going to do now. Okay? Take your classical block, but when you see movements, right? Block where you were last, that's where his arm will be. Make sense? Don't pay attention to trying to block his arm, because then, slow motion. Okay? Hit one at once. Yeah.
A good fighter, is not going to just throw a single movement like that.
Nobody is. They throw multiple strikes. That's why you move twice.
They're going to throw feints. They'll try to get you to commit to the move.
Now, if you engage in the fight, yes. Let's look at self-defense again in fighting. The distance that I'm at between Joel right now. Okay, let's get Joel. Okay, this time throw a feint. All that motion takes to even throw a feint. I don't have to deal with a punch, so why would the feint do it? Unless I can now. I want to do this. Now we're see what you're talking about is sparring. Start doing the feint. Maybe sparring. That's not a fight. That is accepted of a fight. That is an argument. When you argue with somebody, you have to get hit. You understand?
No, why do you have to get hit?
Well, because you're accepting it. You're accepting it. You're getting yourself into the argument. See, we're talking about apples and oranges. Pitch up. Okay? Come back. Okay. Hitting. Hitting! I'm going to destroy him for that. Okay? Feint. He's got to follow me. A boxer. And the reason I know about this is because I started kickboxing in California, one of the first people involved in that. I used to box, used to do all this stuff, and I used to get a lot of fights. Which I don't get in fights anymore because I stay out of bars and I stay out of trouble and I'm smiling at people a lot. When a guy feints, what he's doing is he's establishing a gate, one. Stay outside that gate, he can't reach you past it. He has to straddle his stride when he moves. By the time he does that, if you're light on your feet and you can move, you can be 30 feet from the guy before you can do anything else. If you want to stay within that realm and get in the contest with him, then you deserve to be hit. And he probably will get hit. Understand? Because now you're accepting a boxing match. Boxing is not fighting. Boxing is a sport. Apples and oranges. If, also you guys, you were talking to me about this last night, if you box, you are going to get hit, and if you hit, you'll probably break your hand, because boxers don't punch properly. That's why you tape your hands when you box. It's called boxing, a boxer fracture. Okay, you guys understand that? How many of you guys have boxed? Do I know what I'm talking about? And if you don't tape your hands, you're going to box.
In 3 places.
Yeah. You get broken hands too.
I didn't make much money.
Boxers don't punch right. If you have a glass jaw, just go. I mean, your jaw's not glass, just go, okay. He'll break his hand. I noticed when I used to get in street fights all the time, I always had a hurt hand. And when I broke his nose, well, who's hurt more? Man, it takes a long time for that puppy to heal. This, he just walked around looking funny for a few days, and you know, back to normal. So that's what I'm talking about. You're talking about sparring, and we'll cover that too. We'll do a little bit. I'll do some of that right now. We'll cover some community drills, okay? But you understand what I'm saying? It's a different mindset, okay? It's just like if I give a knife.
I understand that to a point, but if he's really coming after you,
He's coming after you.
he's going to chase you.
Well, then he can't think. He's committed. See, to throw a fake, you have to have a base to withdraw. You can't go like this. Once you're committed, now you're doing this, then he's mine. Did you understand? Because to throw a fake here, you have to have a base. That tells you how far somebody can go or not go. The only thing I could do to prove my point is say, I guess tonight after the basketball game, if they lose, you know, but you don't want to do that. I know what I'm talking about because I've been there. Martial arts too, remember this. I won't get hit. The reason is I'm not dumb enough to stick around to get hit. Second of all, I will manipulate somebody way ahead of time to where he's not going to hit me. And if I am going to hit him, he will die. The reason? Because my intent will be to do that at that time. And I know this. But would I do that? Heck no. I'll probably be opening the car for the guy and everything else. But if I have to, he's going to go down. I will not get into a, excuse the expression, a pissing contest with somebody. No way. It's not worth it. It's not worth my time. If a guy gets up his boots like this and he wants to train, I'm just going to go. Walk off. He comes any further, he moves from there. So he can't maintain that posture to fake or spar without moving past that base. He does that, he's mine. He's gone. And if you're quick-witted enough, this is what Kempo's supposed to teach you. This stuff will never happen. You were asking a question about the Gracie brothers on site. What I was basically telling you, it doesn't prove anything. It proves that, yeah, maybe in a wrestling match or fighting match, maybe somebody goes up and down. But I wouldn't want to bet my life on going out in the street thinking it was going to turn into a wrestling match or I'm going to be wrestling someone or not. They might have a knife. And I'm going to have to assume that. Otherwise, I'm not going to mess with it. You guys understand? Okay. Yeah.
The concept does apply the same validity to weaponry, though, unarmed versus weaponry. For instance, if the guy is parrying you, and we'll try it this way, you know. So when you work with, if you try to work that in your dojo, that same kind of gating, a prize fighter would do, a knife player will try to do the same, emulate the same thing. Exactly. Except you're dealing with a little more of a...
Exactly. But see, the point I'm making, human beings to place themselves in a situation to where they can be beaten is foolish. It's ludicrous. It's nuts. They should be home enjoying television. Makes no sense. If you have to defend yourself, then take every precaution to where you're not going to be harmed. Don't accept a contest. In sparring, heavyweights beat up lightweights, man. That's the way it's going to end up. Now, they might lose in a tournament, but I'm going to tell you that lightweight is hurting. Okay, if the heavyweight hits them once. Okay? So you have to look at what, you know, this is a Volkswagen, this is a Cadillac, this is this. And the idea of Kempo is to learn to train yourself to understand all of those scenarios. Schwarzkopf would have been a fool to assume that Saddam Hussein was as weak as he turned out to be. He would have been a fool to do that. What I'm saying to martial artists, don't be dumb. You got a guy that you're going to assume that he's going to, like in a jab, or that he doesn't have a knife, you're crazy to do that. You assume the worst and manipulate it as if it was the worst, and then you're not going to get hurt. And if you can do it in a preparatory sense, then okay. Who is the best warrior? The best warrior is a politician. Think about it. They take care of the conflict if they're good. I don't know what Bill's going to do. But they take care of the conflict before the physical confrontation takes place. Next in line is the general. And the general is the individual that learns to, a good general, engages his troops where he has less loss of life. And if he can, there's no loss of life. The worst one on the combative scale is the grunt. That time the politician has failed and the general has told the grunt what to do and the grunt just does what he's told. But the general is a bad general and he tells him to go up against his tank when all he's got is a pea shooter. What happens to him? Polish history, buddy. Right? Right? Tanks and spears. Kempo is a general and a politician's art. Politician's art first, general second, last is grunt. But if you go in the succession of that, that's what this represents. If you go in that succession, you're not going to lose. But if you just want to base it all on blood and guts, you're going to lose, man. Or if you win, you're going to be, that's lucky. And you got a good idea of losing. I won't take the chance. You know how stupid I would look? If I came out here to Wisconsin and I decided I was going to go out boogieing with Mike and stuff, and then some Wisconsin guy beat me up. No, you know what I do? I'll let him protect me, and I'm going to go to my room and I'll watch a movie. Not taking chances. I don't want to do that stuff. Good. Yeah. Questions? Okay, let's get up. Do you have any paper? I want everybody to get a piece of paper. I'm going to work these guys over to Kumite, get them going. Get you guys' juices going. You guys enjoying this?
Yes.
Are you? Is it making sense?
Not from the, which you already knew. But it's common sense.
Do you guys ever work paper? You guys work paper today? You don't? I'm going to give you guys some paper folks. This is some good stuff. This is some good stuff. Okay. Joel. All right, guys, here's the first thing you're going to do. You're going to take your right hand and hold it here. paper, okay? What we're gonna do is we're gonna work on getting the back fist off, and the first thing I want you guys to do is you're just gonna throw a back fist, do it from here, just get the width, okay? Just width, okay? Left hand, right hand from here, okay? And once you get this, make sure that the arm is coming out, you got the width, the hand closes just on the back, okay? Then, you're gonna take your hand from here, and you're gonna do it from here, the back foot, okay? So that's all you're gonna do, okay? All right, just from that posture, okay? Got it? First here, with the width, second, here. Just from that back foot. Okay, got it? Go ahead, do it. You guys don't go back this all the way to the paper. I'll tell you why I use the paper. The reason I use the paper is this. One is a back fist, structurally is weak. If you hit a lot of body mass, what are you going to do? So what you need is you need the impact to be like that and out again, okay? So use the paper to just focus from here, see? So once it's in, that's it, okay? Just right there, okay? Got it? Go ahead. Go ahead, sign in. All right, sign in. Once you get that, now put your hand here out there. The wrist. Just with the wrist. Right here. Here. Point of influence. You guys like this part on. You want to do it? Yeah, it is.
One thing you learn, he didn't bring it up today, is you never double gate yourself. You're rooted in both feet. You don't want to be rooted in both feet. Always have one foot up. A little bit different. That's why you always see like he's twisting, moving his feet around. That's what he's doing. So basically, when you get a strength, one foot is going forward.
Make sure that
otherwise, if you take the arm all the way through, even a little bit, as you're flexing the arm and it slows it down, like you're doing weightlifting. It slows the whole arm down. Keep it loose, like this. That's what you're doing. Don't bounce about it. You want to do this in his head right? Don't move your reaction hit. Try to do it right. Every time you move like this, you're weightless. It's pointless. Okay, now, hold this really. Stuff the back foot up here. You're already good.
All right, class, now, I'm going to show you what we're doing. All right, put it in this hand. What you're doing is this. I'm going back to this. What I'm trying to people to do, when you throw it back this, do it from here. Now, what you're going to do from this posture, we're going to push off that back foot. This hand's here, okay? So what you're going to do, right about like so. You're going to bring this as 1, this is 2, okay? You can come from here in 3. So you have a back fist, you have this in the punch, okay? So you come from this posture, here. Got it? Now, how much are my arms moving? You see what I'm doing? Okay? So it's here, 1, here, okay? So your posture, the idea is to create this distance in his mindset. Sounds like what I've been teaching before now. So, what I want to do is I draw the hands here, see? So distance-wise, how far do you think I am? Here, see? Where's my hand on this side of the paper? Okay? Here, see? So as I start my step, here's a hand. You're hitting a man in the head, it's the same thing, okay? So from here, you come in 1, 2, 3. So you come in here. 1, here, got it? So that's what you're doing. 1, 2, 3. So this hand, 1, doesn't cock. Cocks because you step. You see? Okay? So get your back foot here, draw them in, hand here, and here. Now how far does that look like I am from you? Okay, down here. Okay? Got it? 1, 2, 3. Okay? That's French. Okay, so you're coming from here, 1, hands on this side. I'm screwing up the visual plane again. Draw the visual plane here, hand here, in here. Got it? Go ahead. Ready? Oh, you want to left-handed right side?
So you want to work with your left foot? Shouldn't matter, just relax and hit it. Yeah, try it again. Yeah, so now see, I'm looking at your head as a target area, and I'm not focusing on your hands now. This is the guys.
If you can see the hand back,
Next to you already. These things are here. Yep. You're on top. You're right on top.
and I'm too close.
This is your home. You can do it. You don't get to work with this guy. So go ahead and do it. I was at Army school over
Create that gap here.
Taekwondo school. I feel like I know nothing. You're probably better off than me starting at that level. You know, prejudice is great. Hold this again. You start here. Hands right here. Put this up a little bit. You don't do this. Every time you do this, it's like I do a jump, right? I'm weightless. Get it in my head. But you don't do this. How?
Stand behind him.
Put your hand up like that for a target for you. This is my target, so I'll hit you in the head. This is for Randolph. Here, right?
Too fast?
One move again.
The thing was that you already hit here.
One more time. Just relax. Try it again. But I want you to see the hand until it's too late.
The hand,
That's good. Close your eyes. Why? Close your eyes. Because you're walking to something blind. Again. Okay? Get my hand up. For the second stretch. Don't try to make it into a combination. No combinations. Just relax. Squat your body. Just tension. Just turn over. Like that.
So were we actually stepping?
That's better.
people don't know they have a note.
No haymaker me.
Follow the line.
Until you're already in. Don't sell this one. This one won't come. It's like hitting you with wires. Electric wires.
My hand.
This one hits you. Here's what you're doing. Basically, you're down. This one don't. If this one doesn't hurt me, I'm still looking. I say, hey, this guy's moving. Boom. See? Relax.
Try to get back this way.
You're not hitting the paper. You're thinking about this too much. Do it again now. Forget the third one.
I mean, when you get right down to the actual punch.
Hit the paper. Give it a good smack with that back. See, you're tired because hold this. You're tired because you're letting your hands start as fists. Loose. Loose each time. Just let the hands stay loose and your arms stay loose. Right across. That's what I want you to do. You won't break your hand that way either. Hit this part of the hand. Actually, you should throw a punch on. Hold this one here, like this. Hand can't break. Like that. The box pull. No, the hand left. Right. Relax your hands. Even boxers relax their arms a little bit. Relax. You're flicking. Come in here, you feel your key move. Hear the noise? It's that flick. Loose. Muhammad Ali. Pow! That's the last second. Right again. That's better.
Back. Once you guys, if you can. You guys can see what I'm doing. The idea is everything that you do, this is what you're talking to me about. And if somebody presents a position, you've got to have a mindset to be able to make that position no matter what it is offered to you. You see, no matter what it is, make it awkward. But at the same time, make them comfortable in their stupidity. Then there's another saying I like, and that is stupidity deserves to be punished. Okay? It's kind of neat, isn't it? Stupidity deserves to be punished. So, what you're doing is, first of all, again, Osho, you're dealing with eye set, or eye motion. If my hands are here, and I'm throwing this, he's going to get out of the way. Okay? But if I draw him here to my hands, but my hand is here now, so as I'm doing, the hands is coming like so. Now, if the paper wasn't there, and he's in a fighting stance, all I do is I draw the hand here. What I'm doing is, you got to remember this, people don't know they have noses. The eyes on both sides. They don't even know they have a head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come forward here. Now that looks to him like two things. One is I'm open. My defensive strike, if he's coming in on me here, is here. He won't know it's there. So if you look at where my hand is, as he's seeing this to hit, he keeps extending. What has happened though?
He runs into the punch.
Oh yeah. The other thing is, what I'm doing here is the hand is here. If I'm moving forward to hit, this time I get to hit you this time. Okay? So if I'm here and I'm moving forward here, the hand is right there. Because where it does is it comes right up the center, follow the line of the nose, and bang, twist in. Right? So what he sees is this. It's there. He comes at me. My hand's already there. By the time he reaches down, it's there. Okay? Got it? Yeah.
You're still keeping your hip on either side of his body?
Yeah,
occasionally?
yeah, it's caging. Yeah, because see, watch what I'm doing. My hip, my hand is to this side. It's zigzag. It's in my book. Okay? Because I'm coming here now, zigzag back down. His hand is here. See where I'm at? So I'm doing a combination. If I'm here, and if I'm going to move, this is here, 1. This is 2, 3, 4. There's my ridge right here. And I'm to the other side of it. Okay? Problem with this in Kumite is what?
Well, you gotta hit him hard. If it's not-
Yeah, you'll kill him.
Yeah, hurdle.
You're going to get disqualified. So you got the guy that wants to get in the contest with you, and you want to spar him, do this to him, he's going to be in trouble. I don't care if he fakes or not, because you're hitting a zigzag. I'm going to show you guys something on that in a second. A lot of this is on my Kumite tape. But see, the idea is what my students do, or what people do, they see this is sparring, and they don't see the close-ups. Okay? What is that called? That's called the octagon, right? Because if I come here, slow motion like you're punching me. Stay right there. Where's his hips going? Now I'm here. It's the octagon. Go back to where you were. You see? But people that want to do Kumite all the time, they can't see the difference. They can't see the connection, which is normal. Because if you guys had all the answers, which I don't, then you're much better than me, and I'd be coming out to you guys, okay? And you're not going to know. None of us will. What will make more sense to me in 10 years, like I was telling Mike and Joel last night, 10 years from now, I will be a million times the martial artist than I am now. If I live to be 70, I will be a million times better then than I am now. And I'll be 70 years old, and I'll be able to move better, or move better on time, react better. I might not feel as good when I move, but I'll have to learn by that time to really adapt so I can move like this and be on top. Okay? Another thing I'm toasted one time, walk like this. He says, "Why I walk like this?" And I almost said, I was almost right. He said, "Because I'm old." I said, "Yeah, okay." And I move like this. I move faster. You young, stupid. And I'm going, you move like this, you move even faster. You're right along. See, because as we get older, we have to compensate for things, and our body does so naturally. When we're really young, we get cocky, we get pompous, we get silly, we get stupid, and then we start looking at our elders thinking that they're dumb. They're not dumb. They're adjusted. So if you can be in Kempo and live to be 70, 80, 90, 100, you should be able to do your Kempo when you're that old. If you only have one arm, then you should still give it. Doesn't matter. You just know how not to do it. If you're wise.
That's one more question. Does your breathing become incorporated in this? A lot of stuff
Everything.
talk about breathing.
Breathing is very, very important.
Is it
I
bre-
I could run a 10-day clinic on breathing. Easy, easy. Breathing is very important. Why? What we call God, Champ, if you would hate me, but once in a while I slip, I mean, it's part of getting old. The hierarchy of life, when it comes to nutrient, the most important nutrient is air. Usually everybody says food, and you can go for a long time without food. I can sure use it. Then is water, but the most important is air. Air is what gives us all the nutrients that we need for especially a physical striker here. So people that neglect breathing, man, in the martial arts yeah, you got problems. But then we can get into that. Don't get me wrong. Okay, we can really get into that. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is from this posture, this guy helps with the paper. This guy helps the guy who's going to move. Okay? This time you move the paper away when I'm going to hit it. Okay? Okay? Move the paper away when I'm going to hit it. It's pretty good. He's doing pretty good, see? Come on, get out of the way. You guys understand? You're going to throw your back fist from here, you're going to be too late. If he can move the paper away, what else can he do? He's going to hit you, man. Okay? So, if you like doing this, remember, this guy might like you doing that too. Okay? So, disguise everything that you do. Work, and you can get your 3 hits in. So, if you're in this posture here, and you're going to move, hit! Okay? This guy shouldn't even be able to move. By the time he decides to hit you, he's stinging. Okay? That's Steven Seagal. Hey guys, go ahead, Carol. What are we doing? Same 3 strikes.
Just so you know, see, just trying to show you. You always want to line up over your back directly on, not directly in front of each other, so you don't have an advantage. I have the advantage because I can side. How do you neutralize my advantage? I can bowl you over. Never be able to. Your strong fighter will win. That's true. Nothing's taken you. So how do you know that my advantage? Get out of here. Get into a car and run you over. There's other ways. Get down your bigger. See the advantage here now is, well, you act like you're one of those people, there's no time. Cage me. That's a term, dude. Meaning one hit on this side of me, the other is on the other. Now you can circle, you're Indian, circling the wagon. Okay? So, what you want to do now, this guy's this hand. Here. This hand. I don't see it. I'm looking at you and me. My hand's got to come all the way around and strike. Not like this. Just a hand. Try it. Try it again. Okay, now I have the second one. No. Keep it up and ready. Don't just leave it like this.
When you're doing it,
When you're ready. Your hands are relaxed. Watch his hands.
you're just doing this. I see as you step, where my hand is. Relax your body.
See, you take only one step. Right here. By the time that step goes through, third strike, that's when he rolls. That's the internal side. Okay. Put your hand on third one, me in the face.
Me or face?
Ooh, okay. That's all right. I took a shower, don't worry. Okay, try it again. Okay, now you're getting your hand on the wrong side of the paper again. You're not disguising. Try it again.
It's harder if you
Go.
figure to go straight out.
Deep front to the front. Try it
If you go
again.
down, it's harder to follow.
You're not disguising the back. See what I mean? Hold on for me again. When you're here, no way you can move the paper. You say, how? See how fast that is? Try to move where I want. Move the paper. No way. But here, when I move, you move. That's it. Right here. Okay?
Then I've got
That's why. See, do the front again. Again. I'm going right in it. See the point I'm trying to make with you? But here, I'm caged. And down here, I'm pretty your side. See, there's no way you can move on it. See, that's what I'm trying to show you. Try it again. You want to be on the back side of the paper. Start. See, the hand's disguised. But if I start right here, if I start right here, you know it's quick. That's right.
Sometimes you move it.
Concentrate. Too squared off. So you're coming across your own hips. You're turning all this body motion, which allows me to go for the conflict. So you gotta keep it. You gotta be inside them here. This stops him here. Boom, boom. And finish it. Try the third strike. That's it. One more time. Get all the other body involved so much. Again, it should be the same thing each time. Each time you hit it, bring it back up again. Just what it'll be to them. Each other up. Same thing. I got you on both sides. I got you surrounded. There's no way you can escape. There's no way. See, I'm coming in this way. Like this. You're like, there's no way to go. This is sparring. Some people have expressed interest in sparring, which I think is useless. They do it just to pacify. But this is good. This concept is good. It's a good concept. But you're initiating. By initiating, you've lost. You don't want to leave the fight. But in the essence of this, once again you're caged in, caging. I'm here.
And I didn't commit.
No, you don't want to zigzag. You end up zigzagging on my body, but you don't really want to. You don't want to physically go in thinking of zigzag. You want to come from here. You just want to move here. Boom, right here. When you get good at it, you're like, I can't do it. Put your finger right through the paper. That's how much force the torque you have. The reaction. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Straight through. You're rolling through the person. But you have to make the first strike believable, or you won't sell it. The person's going to just walk away from it, or pull away from it. Good. Stand in front of the paper. I can see it. You do that all day. I missed. I shouldn't miss. You hit me at least twice. That's a good matter. This is a contact. Try again. Keep your hand this way. This way. And then roll. Let the hand up. Turn. Last thing. Don't close your eyes. Hitting you with a lot of stuff, I know. A little more weight on the back. See, this is no good. When you double plant, you're frozen. Double plant, you're in a horse stance. Now move.
All right, class, now, we're going to go back to this. Let's put the paper down now. We're going to go back to it. And I'll work you guys on a kicking drill. I know some of you guys won't have a flex. Okay, you're going to probably lack some flexibility. But it's okay to try. So if you lack the flexibility and the stretch, then, and say you're going to kick somebody in the head, just make sure you work out with a little bitty person. About that big. If it's even tougher, then you work out something about that big. But once you understand the concept of kosher order and kicking, I mean, Tosi didn't like high kicks. The only reason I do high kicks is because it tells me how old I'm getting. You know. Let me see, Joel. What we're going to do, turn the, you use your left foot. Oh, I got to bring this up because this is really funny. My students are very good with their left leg. The reason is because I'm better with my left leg than my right because I have a bad right knee. And so I throw certain kicks off my right real well. And because I know my knee's going to tweak. I got a floating cartilage in there and I'm scared of knives. So I don't even like cutting on the ear. And I guess there's a new type of surgery that's been out for a long time, but I still don't. Story about history. Tetsuya Shimabuku, anybody know who he is? Never heard of Ishino? He's the founder of Ishino. Ishino Karate is a real weird roundhouse kick. And you'll hear arguments amongst Okinawan karate as why Ishino's kick was better than that, or this guy's better than that. The reason they kick like that is Tetsuya Shimabuku had arthritis. So everybody in Ishino today practices how to throw a kick. Shotokan, you have a Zen Kutsudachi, or front stance. You have, first of all, Matsumura believed in this. Mitosi brought this up to me once. He was talking about the front stance. This is Matsumura's front stance. This is Koshiru's favored front position. They believe that stability is in mobility. Then Uncle Tosa was a strong guy, widened his glutes to this. And Funakoshi, later you saw him do this. And Gibu Funakoshi, the son of Giju Funakoshi, changed his glutes where the front foot was in here, changed it to this. You'll see some Shotokan guys doing this. Anybody ever see that? Do you know why? Gibu had that knee. That's true. You talk to Igami, remember like Igami was one of the Shotokan people. He explains that. So, see, it just means that everybody can justify their existence, and that's what's wrong with people today. You know, that's why we have so many cars out on the market, and that's why, you know, karate guys argue about whose stuff is better than whose. That's why history is important. If you study that, it shouldn't bother you. So what I'm doing is I'm going to do it left-legged, and I don't want everybody here doing it left-legged. You're like you're right to do that. Okay? Does that make sense? That's why history is so important, man. And then once you find out the truth, it's really, just like all this Kempo stuff, from Shorinji Kempo or Shaolin Kempo or what was the other one? Kata Ho. That starts from a little bit of bolo, and it turns into the truth. Okay? And so if you study history and you find out, man, it wasn't really that the way it was, this guy had bad grammar, that's all okay. All right. We're going to do a roundhouse kick to the back side of the body. But what you're going to do is you're going to turn your foot here. Now remember this. This foot goes wherever this leg is pointed. That is my pedestal leg. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the foot here, and I'm going to bring the leg up here. So Joel sees that, he's going to expect what? Side kick. Or he'll expect a hook, right? But instead what he's going to hit is this. So he's not going to hit. Here. Now, you notice where the pedestal is. As I come here, this foot goes right up the contour of the body. Okay? So it does this. So if a guy's here, and you're going to come across and kick, this is here, but it's here. Okay? So it's right there. Got it? So what we're going to do, we're going to come around. If you guys have a problem getting that leg up, this is okay. Just do that. Okay? Now, you see what I just did there? Joel wants to come forward, say to hit me. Right? Hit me. That's right there. What does that do to Joel's legs? None of that. He can't turn to hit. See? So a good sweep is right here. See? Are you okay?
Yeah.
You sure? Yeah. Okay. So as he's coming forward, I just bring the foot, and that changes its rotation. The sweep is here. Bang. Okay? So, what you're going to do, you're going to work from this posture, one, go here if you want, then go here, then here, then you can go a hook for you. Okay? Got it? Everybody? Okay. 5 years, I won't be doing this. Okay? Go ahead, pair off. So, you're going to take, you guys, you're going to take your leg here. Okay? This foot, turn it here. You just slide. And then all you do is lean back and lean back. See? So this guy is even. A lot of times you get guys doing this. Right? Get down like that. See, now if I do this, what do you see? You don't see that. So they'll shoot right over the back side. Okay? Go ahead. Do it slow.
With the camera.
Way
up.
Okay.
Turn the foot here. So I think.
I see you stepping in front. You step behind.
Right.
So you want to.
Right.
See where you got off.
Straight.
Ah.
So you can change right here.
You stop. You're doing a conventional cross side kick. You don't want to do that. You want to together. At the last moment, if I change the trajectory of this kick, he says, behind you. Or, let's say you fake back here, I'll go right to your gut. You see what I'm saying? So what you want to do is, by doing this, you're taking away all the ability to do that. So you're going to keep, or even doing this,
Well, I mean,
now you're taking away the ability to go back to this. But by shuffling, changing the pivot like here, you don't want to cross the legs. That's They shouldn't let me escape.
So if
I want to escape.
It looks like I'm about this side.
I draw a fake. Now you gotta make, but you gotta make the fake clean. No, I want you to practice the back and head roundhouse. That's better.
Not real accurate with them, that's why I'm
Take this,
not.
line next to it. Turn this to Roger Monster.
As long as you get
I want you to tumble into that.
good extension.
I'm afraid I go straight through it. When I practice it, I pull it.
But you want to go this way.
You don't want to.
Because with the side kick,
Notice he didn't stretch it before he
Fake it like that. Yeah, like-
balance it. There's no reason he's going to go on the splits before a fight.
Thank you.
This you don't cross the legs at all, right, don't you?
Well, usually I do it, if I was going to do it in Kumi, I'd just...
Don't close your eyes.
So just place them in one place, the other?
Right on the shoulder.
Oh.
The shoulder. Take it through, you can even pull forward. That's what your legs. Have a purpose. I'm already picking that time. What am I going to figure? Have a focus, a mindset. That's all the thing. It's like hardball throwing past it. Wisconsin. He's in fire, but doesn't do that. He looks like this.
Who's this stand?
I remember you saying this. He doesn't do this. That's what you gotta do. You gotta face. It's easier to see this going. Fake it, he's back. Well, yeah.
You bring some...
Good.
What are you doing? Actually doing a fake.
okay, now try to do this. Try to
The line and outro should look like a
Sure, you just bring it up and actually. Okay,
So it's going to look like I'm coming here with the leg.
See?
got it. Thank you.
Otherwise, I'll just walk away.
Hey guys, remember, this isn't a fake. What you're doing... you guys want to know about Kosho? I book, tapes, read The Art of War, it's one side. Read the Japanese Art of War, read Musashi, read Hideyori, or Yagyu Minonori, read all the great generals of the past. That's Kosho. You position yourself like a warrior, where your opponent thinks that you're going to do totally something different. And you do just the opposite of what he expects. In body posture and position is more important than anything, okay? So if he's here in this posture, what you want to do is you want to see, he's going, oh, right? But then the kick is here, see? So it's here, okay? Now, if you get him going this way a couple of times, the next time you're here. You can't figure out which way it's going, okay? It's not a fake, the fake is here. So when you're doing your kick, now see, the other thing is, I can do this. Have you noticed where I went here? If my posture is this way, and say I throw a couple of these here on, or I come here, then next time here, if he's leaning into me to hit, what happens? Okay? Now, what part of my knuckles are hitting here?
Front twos.
Exactly what should be hitting. Most karate is going up hitting here. They don't understand, it's in my book, Zigzagging. Okay? Octagon. So all I did here, on faking I got here, is here. If I catch him leaning at all I do is zig it, and that's my zag it. Your sweep then is right here, see? So if I wanted to take him here, in this posture, and fake here, see, he comes forward to hit me, down right away. Okay? Go ahead.
It's not. Basically, it's like when you were doing this, just a minute, same thing with the kick. No.
Point your toes.
Up
here, okay, when you do the roundhouse, that gives you a channel.
It's looking like it's coming up
Go
exactly.
like that.
So it's like,
Well, side kick is going to change. You bring it here, it's going to change.
Or not in your face.
I usually do, so if I'm here,
This foot here.
if I'm coming here, see, in your case, I'm coming here, see, because what I might want to do is just go to the back. See, if the toes are here, last second to change. There's no difference with using your feet or your hands. You make a difference, then it will be the difference. Feet should be able to do everything the hands can.
Yeah, it's really good.
Heavy stuff.
You bring the leg up. It's actually, as the leg comes up, it's already playing over my head. That's a little high. I'm a little taller. And they're still here. That would hurt. Actually, it gets bigger. No, that's why I would go. That's what I would do. I would do it some bully or something. Try to grab you, pull you in the car. Anywhere the leg would go. Get in a nice piston strap. Get in and get out.
No.
I told my prison guy. Turn the whole head. Now try a little higher. See, you're starting behind me. You can't. You gotta come here. Take this solid fake. Because even if I go low, pow, the hook comes in here. I'm gonna do exactly like this. You gotta bring the leg up here. No. Don't cross the legs, that's what you're doing.
All right, you guys, you know when you're throwing a kick? Okay. I'll tell you a little martial story. When I was in Denver, Colorado, there's a gentleman there that him and I are very close. His school was in the Taurus, we met earlier. And there's a, well, he's kind of a student of good now. But this guy is a little bit on the arrogant side. This one individual, and I was there, and we were going out to have dinner, and this guy is on his kick on right-hand lead theory, his right-hand lead theory. All day long he's doing this at me. And Guru and I are eating and stuff, and we're talking, and I looked up at him like this, and Guru's going, oh, gee, I don't know. You guys will get to meet him when he's a top Indonesian guy. This guy looks like E.T. and moves like what? Linda Blair on a bad day. It's just incredible. And he's one of the best. And Guru and I are going, this right-hand lead theory is so stupid, because what is the most important hand, what is the most important part of your body to your right hand? Your left side. Your left hand, you decide when you guys practice things doing a right hand or left hand, that's okay, but you're already doing a left hand. Your left hand has a purpose. You do shatsu, kill, jitsu. This is as important as this. This is what steadies center. This is what allows everything else to circulate and to where you can project. So when you're doing things, you're to a kicker. The most important part of your body is your upper half. You get width and torque. Relax this. Let this counterbalance this. You guys got to remember that. To a good hand fighter, this is footwork. The problem, one problem with Kempo, what I've seen in some of the different forms of Kempo that developed from Kempo, and this was a kick in the 60s. And if you guys want to ask some questions about Kempo pertaining to what happened in certain years, do so, because it's really interesting. In the 1960s, around 66, 67, Northern Kung Fu started being known in the United States. Northern Kung Fu is different. You're working this kind of thing, okay? Very soft, very fluid. So the Kempo guys were trying, again, to disguise stuff. So they started to sing, Northern Hand, Southern Bass. Well, Southern Bass, Southern Kung Fu, you're doing this, okay? Now, that is oil and water, mixing the two. It doesn't jump. So you're using fast hand movements with a real hard, solid base. What happens when those hands make contact? You're going to break it. Because you no longer have the ability, you no longer have the ability to be flexible with the feet to where you can throw a soft strike and do damage. See, he punches here, see? That's a soft hit. That's my finger. But as he keeps rotating, what's it feel like? A lead pipe. You see? So in that itself, Kempo took on such a contradictory role that When I see Kempo guys going, hey man, no, here's a punch. Here's a, that is, look, punches. First of all, this is a Parker Kempo technique. This is called fine swords. So up here looks like this, okay? In motion, if he threw a right and I block, he's going to start throwing his left as I throw my right. What did I just help him do? Just help him hit. Now I'm going to recock because I'm going to hit his body. Okay? So as I recock, what he's done. What have I just done? This guy's learning perfect angles. He's never had to spend a dime learning martial arts. Okay? And he's just beat the heck out of me. Now here's my next hit. See, and he hits again. Now my next one, this is a good one. You see how stupid that is? Okay? Where, strike, soft movement, start punching. Which one feels stronger? Now, wrist, finger. I understand alignments, handy and hara. Watch what happens. What do you feel? Am I using strength? He starts to punch. What's happening? Am I cocking that hand back a hit? Where's his weight? Oh, now he's going to really hurt me, so he leans over that punch. What happens? Flip, carry. Okay, you guys understand? So the idea is when you study your body, understand how the upper body works with the lower works with the upper. How you defeat somebody in the street? You make them do exactly what Chinese Kempo guys have been doing for years. And you beat them. Have them do northern hands with southern base. And ask them to hit a wall. They'll break their hands. Parker can get away with it, why? As big as a horse. And his Kempo, however, is more valid than a lot of systems have developed since then. Shotokan came as a sport, not as a sport, but as a physical fitness thing doing kata and form. Who started sport? Who were the two figures? One was Gogi Yamaguchi. Gogi Yamaguchi. And, oh, no, I'm not talking about judo sport. I'm talking about karate sport. Okay, judo sport was Jigoro Kano. But the ones that started sport karate was Gogi Yamaguchi, founder of Japanese Go-Judo. And the other one who really got it going was Masayama. Kyokushinkai. Then the Shotokan guys got on there. Then they were all competing. Kirite and all that stuff. So what has happened in the real essence of that art though? It's gone. I guarantee you today, if Funakoshi was alive, not one of those guys is doing what he did. Not one of them. Guarantee you. Well, look at photographs of Funakoshi. Look at Mitosi's old photos. Right? Mitosi's doing this kind of thing. This type of stuff. Instead of all this. Okay? But it doesn't look as cool. See? So it won't quite meet up with the expectations of the yuppie community. As yuppies like to do things that way, right? So that's why you study history and stuff too. So what I want you to do, I'll shut up. I do talk too much, and I know, so I'm trying not to, is let your upper body relax more. Okay? Keep it nice relaxed so that leg can fly. If you do this, then this becomes, most of you that have problems with flex, okay, stretch, do so because your upper body is cramping your lower body. Okay? That's what you're doing. Mitosi showed me about kicking the night then. He says, you put socks on dresser. Pick them up. Put them in drawers. You work your feet like your hands. You get used to doing that, you can do it, right? Go look at the handicap. They do it all the time. And it's just all up here. Relax your body. Questions? No? Go for it. Relax. Sure.
So you're not relaxed because your eyes are too wide. Just relax. That's a control, by the way. I've seen just push your hips over the low table and start taking your arms and motion legs. Like I said, when you get in the street fight, you're not going to have time to do the hurdler stretches or frog stretches. You're just going to have to hit them.
Very short period of time.
What?
You can do a really good job.
If you let it. Then I got Everything else, so. We're going to do it right now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it now when I do it.
Relax. Just a little bit, I don't want to hit you with my knee in the head. So whatever, just a little bit. Once or twice. So you're doing this?
For 1 second, the speed they make up for it. I think you would be like, oh, God.
I am an old guy. I'm older than him. I've been in that house longer than him. I don't know when he's older now. Hey, I'm getting the point there.
That's basically the same.
It's like 40 pounds. Time should be better. No, maybe I am. Okay, he's older. He's in his 50s? Late 40s. Hey, tell me how old you are. Oh, yeah. No, I didn't come back. Never mind. It's on tape.
Tell me my bad habits.
Like I'll recognize it. Oh, you think way over.
Hey.
You recognize it.
Oh, fine.
That one, I remember. You
I'm
don't
gonna make a
normally do
little
that.
distance, so I'll hit you. Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, so you normally don't.
With that kind of power and torque, doesn't matter if you don't hit him in the head. Hit him here or anywhere.
Yeah, probably it.
Don't pull the kick. Think of what you're doing. Relax the leg. Every system. It's not meant you're throwing a kick like this. Make sure you. I'm just like doing that on your body. Right now, come back to the guy's body. But not actually. The leg is right. It's motion.
I don't feel better. See, the main thing I want to do for this foot, I don't want it to follow his contours. See, I'm maybe going to cover here or here. See? So that's what I'm doing. Class, watch once, okay? The way you do this on your angles with your legs is practice a drill like just bring your leg up, okay? And I'm going to skim this shoulder. And then when I rotate to here, I lean this way to where I skim this, okay? So all I'm doing is a leg lift, see? Okay? Or here. Then you put your jab to it, and it's here, see? And it's here, okay? But all I'm doing is I'm doing this. Or. That's all you're doing. You'll know when you get it down. Everything you do today, you guys are doing real good. You really are. Anytime you're going through a learning process, you can feel awkward and dumb and all that kind of stuff. And just like the way Kosho, the way it sinks in, you'll catch on to a concept by driving in your car. You get a stoplight, you know. One of my guys who one day you'll get to meet, Rob Brewer. Rob, he came over my house once. He was going to do some work around my property, and he had to move his car. So he says, "Hanshi, would you mind moving it for me?" I said, "No problem, Rob." I turn on this thing. I hear me talking. He took all my videos and he put them on cassette and plays them all the time. I'm going, I said, "Rob, you're sick." Play that stuff. But what this guy does, he conceptualizes everything that you do naturally. What is beautiful about coaching? When you understand body position, like what I was telling you about, is if he's hitting, not to have to pay attention to the punch, but pay attention to body structure. Because he goes to hit again. That means right there. See, and if he can't, all I have to do is move twice at the 90, I'll be ahead of his motion. He can't hit me. You see, because his body's distorted, so I don't have to pay attention to the arms. The arms become his hindrance, not mine. See, so you get rid of his projection. You deal with his setup, and if you deal with that, you change everything. It's the one thing kids don't learn enough about, and it's called cause and effect. You know, junior, you go steal this, the law's going to come down on you, you're going to miss school, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do this, and this is what happens to them. They don't get it until it happens to them, right? Don't drink and drive, because if you drink and drive, you get caught, you lose your license, It's just a whole ball of things. Then pretty soon you lose your job because you didn't come to work at time. Don't show up to places at time, you lose your job, you do all kinds of other stuff. Okay? So, it's all cause and effect. If you take a guy who's hitting you, and you understand that my hand on this elbow stops his left, he punches again, that does it. Why? Because this has to retract here from here. So I don't have to worry about this because this just jammed that up. Okay, now he always regroups and he always cocks that hand back to try and get a new meat, right? So he's going to draw this back, so all I do is move twice. Now he's here. And he can't really punch me right now because I got my finger on his lower spine, and that lower spine has to rotate before the hit me, so he starts to move the head. See what that does? That puts him in his posture, in his position, and this does it. Right, and take care of the rest. Okay, you see? So this is what's neat about this. You know where you can practice this at? Standing in a line at McDonald's. Turn around. Watch some guy lean into his pocket. Stay right there. Now, what you do is you look at the creases of the body. You know how to throw somebody right away. Natural creases, creases. Look at direction, movement, motion. You continue it, this guy's going to go down. Somebody stands in front of you, and they're doing this. Like, no, just turn around, face me. And say he goes to touch me here. Stay right there, see the creases. Elbow, I do this, look what I just created, a crease. I continue that motion because everything moves in circular fashion. I continue it, it goes down. So you get a guy who's in a confrontation, a verbal confrontation like that. The second he goes like this, and then you see it, boom, see? You do this. Why do I want to do this to him? Because when somebody gets angry or mad, first thing they do is they breathe and you take air. That stimulates what they call the sympathetic nervous system. It means more adrenaline, okay? It's pumping, right? No more thought process. By collapsing the chest cavity, like I just done here, you can't take that deep breath. No adrenaline. I can do stop at the same time. He's in a weakened state. You guys understand? Kosho is preparatory first, reactionary second. So folding arms or throwing arms, we do before a guy punches. If he's going, listen! He's got to listen to himself now. He can walk away. You see? And it works that way. Take a deep breath. Not really, huh? This guy can't get mad now. Okay? And you guys understand the difference between sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. They work in opposition to each other. All part of the autonomic nervous system. Okay? When the sympathetics engage, adrenaline, endorphins,